everyone, welcome to the Comic Game Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I'm here to talk about the the Birds of Prey trailer that released, I believe, on Thursday. Now, it was Thursday or Wednesday. I can't remember. I really didn't give two shits about this. You guys already know my opinion about this movie, and I've been arguing with people about this movie for a while now. Birds of Prey, and the trailer itself, the new one, trailer 2, I think was better than trailer 1. The action didn't look that bad, and it looked like it had a vibe to it. It looked like it had a funnish vibe. But it looks like it had a funnish vibe, but my problem with this movie, and my problem with the trailer, and my problem with what the trailer is showing me is, it still feels like a movie with a massive agenda. There's still there's a scene where one of the members of the Birds of Prey is obviously this detective. Now, I can't remember her name. I believe she is a comic book name. I think it's Montoya, but I know she's an actual comic book character. She's an actual cop. And I have this image in my head because I was talking to my friend and I was like, I'm watching the trailer and at one point Harley Quinn starts naming off the reasons why Black Mask wants to come after all of them. And they finally show Black Mask putting on his black mask, by the way, but you still don't really get too much of him. You still don't really get too much of his personality. You don't get a line from him. You don't get any snippets of him, but I digress. You finally get to see Black Mask as You finally get to see him put on his black mask, but at one point Harley Quinn is naming off why he's coming after all of them. One of them is, for some reason, he's angry at her because it looks like because either she broke up with the Joker or she killed the Joker. It looks like something like that. He's angry at Black Canary because I guess she must have told him off or something, or I don't remember. He's angry at Huntress because she killed one of his men. And he's angry at the detective, Montoya or whatever, because she's, building a case against him. And I look in the scene where she's talking about Montoya when the building the case, it's the typical scene. It's like, I kind of figured like the way the scene's playing up is he has power in the police department. He gets her run off because she's building a case against him and she won't take the pay money and she runs off. But the problem with that scene is that while she's leaving, there is nothing but men laughing at her. I've looked at the scene as many times as I can. I'm looking for a woman. But it is as if she's the only woman working in this precinct. And all these men are either sold out or are being assholes to her. And I was just like, what in the fuck is happening right now? I was like, is she the only woman who works in this damn police department? What's happening in that scene? I just noticed it, because I noticed it the first time, because there was another trailer that came out, and I noticed it, and I was like, that's a weird scene. I was like, man, like I say, my big worry with this movie is that there are ways to handle the subject matter that Ewan McGregor was talking about, which is misogyny, and, just men treating women badly, and things of that nature. There's ways to handle that material. There's ways to handle misogyny in the workforce and whatnot. I think Agent Carter handled the time period in the way that some men were misogynistic very well. I think they handled it very well, handled it very tasteful. In the end, she overcame it. But this movie seems like it's gonna handle it like trying to fucking do surgery with a sledgehammer. This movie feels like it's gonna handle it like this is a delicate topic that if you execute well, we will get a meaningful message across that maybe men can take something, that maybe people can take something from, and maybe it could be something for girls. But this movie doesn't look like it's gonna do that. This movie looks like it's gonna hit you in the fucking head with a sledgehammer with that message. This movie is what people thought Captain Marvel was. All the stuff that people threw at Captain Marvel, but because of what Brie Larson said and all the crap, this movie feels like it's going to be it. I still haven't seen a single good comment from a man in the movie. It feels like girls' night out because the way their interactions are, and even the vibe that I get from it feels like some kind of Bridesmaid kind of thing, which I liked Bridesmaid, but that's the vibe I get from their interactions. I'm still not comfortable with the idea that everyone's just pretending like Harley Quinn wasn't an evil bad guy who killed hundreds of people, hundreds of innocent people, I might add. She's done some terrible things, and it looks like she's gonna try to rob a bank in the movie, and I swear to God, if they tell me that this bank is corrupt, I'm going to be like, are you fucking kidding me? You guys are doing everything in your power not to let Harley Quinn be a villain. Honestly, it's the reason they made this movie Birds of Prey and not the Gotham City Sirens like it should have been called, is because they know, because they want to make Harley Quinn a good guy. And everyone's trying to make Harley Quinn a good guy. The thing that pisses me off about this movie and about Harley Quinn as a character in general is the idea that people come at Marvel all the time for like, especially with like Loki, for making Loki a good guy, because like, oh, you're just doing that because people like him. And Harley Quinn has murdered so many people, done so much bad shit, and simply because she's in an abusive relationship, she gets the chance to completely just reform and be like, oh, she's a hero now. I was like, no, that doesn't, just because you were in an abusive relationship doesn't take away the countless murders that you did. Doesn't take away all the lives that you ended. The innocent people that you killed. Even the crazier shit that she probably did just to please Joker. Like, we don't even know. And the idea that she gets to just be a hero and characters like Black Canary and Huntress would just be cool with that, I just don't believe it. And I like I said, I'm not into this movie. I haven't been into this movie. This trailer did nothing for me. I think it was the better of the trailers they put out. At least I sort of got an idea of what they're going for, which is, oh, we all screwed over the same guy, so we all have to unite to survive, and we're protecting this little kid, and like I kind of got the vibe, and they're trying to make, and like the thing that pisses me off the most, this is me, I'm a Marvel guy, all right? Marvel guy. Call me what you want in the comment section. I'm a Marvel guy. But I dig the Birds of Prey. It's one of the few DC comics I read. TV show was not very good, but I was really into the idea of a Birds of Prey movie. And so a Barbara Gordon, Black Canary, Huntress movie. I was really into that idea. And the fact that the Birds of Prey are being hijacked by Harley Quinn. They're being hijacked. I don't care what anyone says. And I've seen people say in comment sections, I've seen people say on YouTube that, oh, well, they have to have Harley Quinn in this because no one would go see it. Bullshit. Guardians of the Galaxy was by themselves. They did not have Harley Quinn. They didn't have Thor. They're by themselves. You can do it by themselves. The fucking Eternals is coming out. That movie has no, reportedly, I don't hear about any other character being in that movie. You can do movies by yourself. Shazam came out. It didn't have an appearance from anyone. You can do this. No. They gave Harley Quinn, no, Harley Quinn is hijacking the Birds of Prey movie. Barbara Gordon should be in here. And I'm afraid that none of them are going to get any screen time. I mean, look at the trailer. Harley Quinn is in 70% of the trailer. And the rest of the Birds of Prey just say words and go on. This movie feels like it's going to be Suicide Squad Part 2 and the bad way. And no one's talking about that. No one's talking about that the director hasn't directed anything like this. And not in a Russo brothers way where you're like, oh, they directed that awesome episode of Community. No, her credits are crap. They're like a couple movies and some weird movie about a cow. And none of them are good. So and no one even saw her movies. And not to mention that Margot Robbie helped write the script and is like one of the producers on this thing. And the last time I saw her produce a movie was The Terminal, and that movie was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. So I am just saying, I don't like this trailer. I don't really care about this movie. This is going to definitely be a movie that I wait to see the reviews and I wait to see the RT score before I go see it. I'm scared that they're going to beat you over the head with this message of, women stand up, because there's nothing but evil men in this movie. Every man in this movie looks like he's evil. It literally is almost like, well, Harley Quinn's murdered people too, and she's just as bad as some of these bad guys, but she's a woman, so it's okay. I'm fearful of that. I'm not saying that it is that. You guys know me. Go watch my Captain Marvel video. I stood up for that. I love, one of my favorite shows of all time is Agent Carter, and it handled the ideal of men being misogynistic in the workplace highly well. Extremely well. They handled it like a fucking scaffolding. Like a fucking scalpel, man. They handled that shit like they were surgeons. But this movie feels like it's gonna beat you over the head. And I don't want this movie hurting other female-led superhero movies. That's my issue. When it comes to stuff like this, I have the same vibe. I had the same fears about Black Panther. I had the same fears about other movies. I had the same fears about Luke Cage and Black Lightning. You know, I don't like. I hope I just want people to handle subjects like that well, because if you handle it terribly, it makes it hard for other comic book movies to try to do the same thing. Jessica Jones handled it greatly, but like I said, I don't want them to fuck this up and bash people over the head with it and make people not even like the idea of it. So thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show. I'm not looking forward to Suicide Squad. Comment below if you are. I am not personally. Not Suicide Squad, Birds of Prey. Harley Quinn movie. Thank you guys. See you in the next one.